Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chandelier. I'm a licensed esthetician and I'm the creator of this YouTube channel. Alright guys, today I'm coming to you from my treatment room. Today's video is a subscriber requested video. Your guys' comments are actually making this video today. I've gotten tons of questions about my journey, best advice, little things like that. And I feel like it just makes sense to answer these questions in a video. So hopefully you find this video helpful. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That way I know that you want to see more content like this. So the first question for today's video comes from Kylie R. First of all, hey girl, hey. Thank you so much for dropping a comment and asking your question. It helps me figure out what kind of videos you guys want to see. But Kylie's question, as you can see here, is really kind of one. First of all, it says, love your videos, girl. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. But she's getting ready to start school and she wants to know if there's any specific supplies or any recommendations I would have for a new SD starting out. That's a great question. And the other thing I want to say is congratulations. It's a great career move, so don't second guess yourself at all, Kylie. When it comes to supplies, it's really going to take time for you to figure out what you like. Some of the basic things like cotton rounds, tongue depressors, wax strips, those are really good things to just like kind of stock up on as you are going. So you'll always need cotton rounds, you'll always need wax strips, you'll always need things to wax if that's a service that you offer. If you plan on doing facials, you'll always need towels. Like those are some of the smaller supplies. Big supplies would be like a bed, a cart, decor. So really just kind of keep in mind while you're starting this journey what your end game is. The next best practice would be just researching your area, kind of see what the market is like, what are people booking a lot of. Maybe go get you a couple services at some of the spas you might want to work out, or some of the spas that you might want to work out later down the road. That's a great place to start. Yeah, and I also wouldn't get too big on buying like wax or skincare products unless you're just trying them out, because until you do it, you're not really gonna know what you like and what you don't like. I mean, we could be here all day, girl, talking about supplies and stuff and things. So Kylie, that's where I would start. Oh, the other thing I would tell you to do, which to me is so important, especially before starting school, is just getting familiar with some of the terminology. So a good way to do this, if I would have known, I would have done this. Using like Kahoots or Quizlet and searching for aesthetics and taking some of those quizzes. It's completely free, but these are the quizzes that you're going to test over. Not these ones per se, but these are the study guides that other people like myself who went to school, I even have some, I'll link them down below, that I use. These are some of the questions that we went over in school, and I feel like I wish I would have had a better understanding just a little bit before I started. Anything to help you digest the information, because it's so much information in such a small amount of time. There's no way they could really cover it with the amount of depth that it needs. So me personally, I wish I could have like started learning some of that terminology well in advance, because as much information as you can get, the better. Yeah, thanks Kylie for the question. Next question. So this question is from Jaleesa. First of all, thanks so much for being a subscriber. I appreciate you supporting me. I'm happy that you asked this question because that means that you're interested in potentially earning a scholarship, and I love talking about free money. So if you are curious about how I actually got a scholarship, I have a video that I will link right here and you can click on it. I won a scholarship from a company called Beauty Changes Lives. The scholarship that I was awarded was the Circadia Sage Michaela Lucas scholarship, which is from a skincare line called Circadia Skincare, one of my favorite skincare companies. I've met the owner, I've done great things, and they are continuing to support me as an SD. To answer Jaleesa's question, how long, which was the specific question, one, congratulations on winning your scholarship. Thank you so much, I appreciate the love. Quick question, I was wondering how long it would take for you to be notified that you were selected or if you were not selected. The good thing about applying for a scholarship with Beauty Changes Lives is you are notified either way of if you won or if you didn't win, and you can keep applying until you win one. So Don't feel like you can only apply for one. If multiple scholarship opportunities apply to you, apply for those. One thing to know about their scholarships is they're in seasons. They have spring, summer, winter, fall, winter. So they have 4 seasons of the way that they award money. So it's just important to think about that when you apply. So the scholarship that I won was a fall scholarship, which means that they did it during the fall seasons and it ran all the way to November 30th, I want to say. And then I was notified about like a day before Christmas, probably Christmas Eve. And I was notified that I had won. Best advice if you are thinking about applying for a scholarship is to apply early. So start looking now. Like, I know it's summer right now. Start looking at the fall scholarships right now, even if you haven't started school yet. If you've got an acceptance letter, that's enough, I believe. You can look at the requirements of the scholarship on their website, and it's www.beautychangeslives.org, I believe, or maybe it's .com. I don't know. I'll link it down below for you guys, but that's how long it took. So I hope that helps you, and I wish you good luck if you are applying. Just be your genuine self. And if you guys have other questions about it, I do have a full video about my scholarship experience, so you can check that out. And if you still have questions, drop a comment, and just like this video, I will answer it for you. So the next question is from MG. Hello, and thank you for being a subscriber to my channel. I appreciate the love, girl. Or guy, whoever, or person. I am completely open to all people, love all people. But the question was, can you do a video about advice and tips that you would give to other estheticians who are just starting out? I feel like I did cover this in the first half of the video. The only other thing I would say on this topic is just remembering that school is such a small part of your journey, and you may be overwhelmed, you may be stressed, there may be school drama, you just never know. Don't sweat the small stuff. Take it on the chin and keep on pushing. I kind of put blinders on and I just didn't even think about anything else. And so I would say fully immerse yourself in the experience, practice, try everything. Do not be one of those people who are like, no, you can't put that on my face. Like, unless you have sensitive skin, try a chemical peel, try a microderm, get a hydrofacial, do waxing, learn threading, or like just learn as much as you can. And give yourself grace because you are not an expert, and that's okay. That's okay. I hope that answers the question. I know you're just getting ready to start out. Really just give yourself that time to learn and practice as much as you can. And also just know, I remember some people would be like, oh, we didn't learn this in school, we don't learn that in school. Don't think about that stuff, dude. When you attach yourself to negative energy, then that's all you can see is negative things. And school is not here to, believe it or not, they are not here to teach you every single aspect of it. They are here to get you at a point to where you can pass your state board. That is the truth. I know you probably don't want to hear it. You're probably like, I should learn these things. You may not, okay? But you will get a good gist of it, and the rest of the material, if you are passionate and connected and you are trying in school, you are participating, you are trying to grow and get better and improve, you will learn it. A lot of the stuff I have learned on the job. I have probably learned, I would say that I have, percentage-wise, if I was to break it into percentages, about 30% of aesthetics I've learned in school, 70% I have learned on the job, and I have been out of school less than I was in school. So I just hope all of that made sense. But what I'm more so just saying is that it's gonna take time, okay? So just be okay. You're not the expert. Research as much as you can, and whatever doesn't work well, let it go. New day. Thank you so much, MG, for that question. It was a good question. Hope I helped. Let's look at the next one. All right, here's the next question, you guys. Hope you guys are liking this video. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. Again, that's the only way that I know that you like the video. So if you don't, I don't know. And if this is helpful in any way, I need to know. It's free to hit the thumbs up, you guys. I'm just letting you know, I like free stuff. If you are like me, you might be a connoisseur of free things. That thumbs up button is right there. Okay, so this question is from Beautiful Lee. Beautiful Lee says, I am looking into going to school for aesthetics. Did you hop right into your own suite, or did you work for someone? Thank you, great question. So I have been very transparent about my journey. I've shared it from literally my first day to today. So if you are curious at all about my journey, please go watch this playlist. It's right here. I have everything from start A to now, which I tried to be very transparent. I shared as much as I could, my kit, just all types of information. Appointments, how I built my clientele in school, like all types of good gems are over there. But this question, I can tell, is more specifically about if I chose to work at a suite or rent a suite, or if I'm working for someone. And so here's what I decided. I used to own a business. It was called The Hair Store here in my city, and I did that for a very small amount of time. This was in 2016, so I was 26 at the time. I learned a lot. I learned so much about business and capital and inventory and supply and demand and just all types of things that go into running a business, to the point that I decided I actually wanted to go to school for something that I had a lot more control over, and that's why I chose aesthetics. And I landed on working for an employer, and here's my reasons. You can work for yourself right out of school if that is your goal. I encourage you, and I wish you nothing but success. For me personally, since I had experience running a business from start to finish, and I saw how much money that absorbed, I realized it was too much for me to bite off right after school. Plus, I am taking on a new journey of homeschooling my son, so I really didn't have the time that it took to make a business successful, just in terms of really wanting to give that much. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, I really didn't want to do all of that. So I wanted to also grow because I wanted to get as much experience. I wanted to surround myself by other people in the industry who had a lot of experience and just pick up on best practices. And I am so happy with my decision. So I work at a salon/spa. So we are a full service spa and salon, which means we cut hair, we offer massage, we do facials, we do waxing, we do spray tan, we do it all. And some of the people who have been working here for 16 years. And I'm telling you, they have so much knowledge. They pay for the back bar. So they pay for the back bar, which you'll learn if you don't know. Your back bar is like all of your supplies, all the things that you need to do the services. And they offer retail. They've got a front desk receptionist who is super helpful with helping you like keep yourself organized. And all those things are important, you guys, because those are things that I don't have to personally do. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I just show up and I work. They have walk-in traffic, so it makes it really easy for me to kind of connect with a new clientele. And I just feel like it's the best start for me. But I will say beautifully, if you are thinking about starting your own business, there are some YouTubers who you can watch. I'll link them down below. But it's definitely something that's doable. And I would more so say than anything, if I was starting over, if I chose not to work here, I would have worked for myself, obviously. So I would maybe hold off on opening full service. So like maybe you don't do facials, waxing, and body treatments. Like maybe you just start with waxing, or maybe you just start with a facial with one skincare line. Just things to think about, personally, if you ask me. And you are, so that's why I'm telling you. Thank you beautifully for that question. I hope you like the answer. If you have more questions, please let me know. And on to the next one. All right, y'all, this next question, and I think will be our last question for this video of part 1 Q&A with Chandelier. But here's the question. It's from Jasmine J. Thank you, Jasmine, for being a subscriber and asking this question. I think this is a really good question and a great place to end at. So I did a video, which I'll link up here. This is where she asked the question, and it was about schools and finding the right school. And I feel like now looking back, I probably could have waited a little bit to make that video because there are more things I wish I would have added. So to answer Jasmine's question here, she asked me, How did I know I had found the right school? What did I mean when I said that I had looked into schools? Did I take a tour? How did I know their teaching style before I actually attended? Jasmine's biggest fear is going to a school that is not the right school for her. Good question. And honestly, I was literally in the same position. I was watching so many YouTube videos. That's why I'm a creator today. That's why I share my experience, because I think more people should. I'm not trying to gatekeep any information, so I'll tell you exactly what I did, which I felt like I went into it on the video, but maybe I didn't, and I'm sorry about that. But so when I say that I looked into schools, I mean that I had attended schools, I went on tours, and I also asked to shadow, which is something that you can do when you want to observe, like, let's say a technique or a facility before you actually make the commitment that this is the facility you want to give $10,000 to. And so there were several things I looked into. One, the school that I selected, I went to a private pay school. It was $8,000 out of pocket. There's no financial aid or anything like that. So it had to have other benefits for me. In my opinion, that counteracted not getting the financial aid, and it did. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. The other schools that I had toured, there were just little things that for me didn't fit with the aesthetic that I was trying to create, didn't fit with the vibe. It just didn't connect with me. And when I talk about the teaching style, I was able to sit in and kind of watch how an instructor was leading a class. And personally, one of the reasons why I didn't select one of the schools was they didn't even have an aesthetics teacher. So there was somebody who had no real world experience teaching students how to do a job that they would then go out into the world and do. And just me logically, that didn't make any sense. I wasn't about to pay money for somebody who's not even doing something that I'm about to do. Me personally, I'm not telling you what to do. This is just what went into my decision making. The other thing was the hours. I wanted to finish school as quick as possible, and I had certain days that I could and couldn't do it, and I feel like it's important to find a school that just works best for you. So if you need night classes, don't pick a school that requires mornings and then get mad because the school doesn't want to do, they're not okay with you being late every day. That doesn't make any sense. So you need to really figure that out. Like what's important to you. So for me, payment was important, aesthetic and quality of like tenure, and also those were my biggest things, I would say, because I don't think that there's a wrong school. Now that I'm looking back, this is kind of going back to what I was talking about. Now that I'm looking back, I feel like I probably could have went to the other schools and been just fine. I just think that would have been a different experience, and who knows, because I didn't go. I went to the school that I selected and I liked the experience. There were ups, there were downs, but at the end of the day, I don't think that you can win it all. There's always going to be some pettiness. There's always going to be a feeling like you're not getting everything that you need, but that's just because we're nervous and we want to be the best. So I would say, Jasmine, your fear of picking the wrong school is 100% correct, but I would go ahead and really, personally, if it was me and if I were just sitting here talking to you right now, I would say think less about if it's the right or wrong school and more about if it's a good fit for you. And don't be afraid to get a service at a school, shadow a school, ask the students what they think about their experience, and just remember they're biased because they're going there. And then maybe make a list of things that are most important to you and figure out if that school meets those. Don't be afraid to go with questions like, what are some skills that you can expect to learn at this school? Not every school teaches the same thing. Like at my school, they didn't teach me Brazilians. I had to learn that on my own. But they did teach eyelash extensions and lash lifts and things like that. They didn't teach dermaplaning, so I had to learn that myself. I had to seek that knowledge in continuing education courses. So just think about what is important to you. I hope that helps. I hope you guys like this video. I hope it was helpful in some way. I will do a part 2 if you guys like. Drop comments down below and I will add your comment in the next video and shout you out. I appreciate you guys watching. Give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. You do not have to go anywhere. All the videos that I mentioned in today's video are right here on a playlist. So check it out and enjoy. Bye y'all.